Depression can make any of us feel like black sheep. This bedtime story is meant as a thank you to all those who work in the forest to help us. It's called Selectively Saving Sara. Once upon a time, there was a maiden named Sara. She was 47. She'd chosen not to marry. Instead, she had devoted her life to taking care of her 4 younger brothers, the Tonin boys. It was a good thing Sara was devoted to them because they had such trouble when they were stirred up. When he got stirred up, Wiggly would get so agitated that he couldn't stand still for a minute. Whitey wouldn't stop complaining about his headaches. Drowsy couldn't seem to get a good night's sleep, and none of his brothers would sleep with him because he was always kicking the covers off or disturbing them with his jumpy legs. And what a mess Queasy would make when he got overstimulated and threw up all over the bathroom floor. But Serotonin was their big sister, and she loved them all. Yet, time had not been kind to Serotonin. As Sara became older, she lost her old friend, Steve Trojan. S. Trojan, as he preferred to be called, was the only one who could keep the evil troll MAO inhibited. And after S. Trojan died, the evil MAO had grown stronger. MAO would hide just inside where everyone had to pass and wait, hoping to get them. That's how Serotonin and her brothers became orphans. The evil troll MAO had gobbled up her mother, father, and her cousin Nora as they tried to pass by. Some say it was her father's fault. He was a dope. He just didn't know what to do to stop the evil MAO. Things just didn't seem the same after that. Sara thought over and over about losing her parents and cousin, and worried that more of her family might be gobbled up if they tried to go to the gala reception. It was an important reception, too. There would be lots of tasks to be discharged there. It might be just the kind of excitement that Sara needed to get over being so sad. Even though Sara was an A1 kind of girl, she felt a void after losing her parents. She had so much to do. It seemed like there just wasn't enough of her to go around. She was irritable with her brothers, and that was unlike her. She became withdrawn, she didn't enjoy things, and she couldn't eat because she was so nervous. She had what they call depression. She even needlessly blamed herself for her parents' death. When Sara first realized how important the reception would be, she sent out word throughout the lands asking for help to get her family to the reception. Sir Traleen heard about her distress and resolved to come help her. But he just couldn't get out of the bathroom long enough to make the trip. Sir Zone made it there and was a gentle knight, but alas, he was not strong enough to overcome the evil MAO. Her young cousin, Louis Vox, came, but spent so much time with his brother Queasy that Queasy got, overstimulated. A Spanish knight, El Avil, sent his regards, but regretted he could not come because he had to take care of his antihistamina. Others wanted to help. A letter from her friend Rim raised her hopes, but she'd forgotten that he was a mere tazapine, and everyone knew that the tazapines could not leave the dinner table long enough to make such a journey. Besides, their weight might sink their boat. P. Rose, an actor, told her he would come, but his sleep was so light and restless that he missed the boat. Vincent Lafaxine had such a headache on the day he was to leave, the doctor kept him home and took his blood pressure. But Serotonin was in luck. Word of her plight had reached the forest, and a leprechaun there told Sara's sad story to Lex von Lundbeck, a knight visiting there from Sweden. Now, you need to know that Lex was a twin. Lex was noble, but his twin brother Dexter was good for nothing. Dexter took advantage of Lex's good nature and stayed by his side like a leech. When the boys were assigned a task, Lex would end up doing the work for both of them, while lazy Dexter sat around. Then Dexter would claim some of the credit for Lex's good work. When Lex thought about this, it just made him sleepy. One day, the people at the Fairy Tale Directors Association noticed how they never saw Lex without Dexter being around. They made a decree that the two be separated. They wanted to see what Lex could do by himself. Lex found himself stronger without his tag-along twin. When the leprechaun from the forest told him about Sara's plight, he thought a lot about what to do. Lex thought about what the other knights had tried already. He realized that each one had been distracted by something else. He resolved to be more selective. So when he came to Sara's, Lex didn't waste his energy going to the John or eating too much or playing with Queasy or getting his pressure up. Lex decided to put all his efforts very selectively into fighting the evil MAO. Lex started to work right away, but he was working so hard and fast that he started to feel sick in his stomach. His leprechaun friend gave him some ginger root and he was fine. Lex was strong and persistent. In about 3 weeks' time, he built up a barrier where the people passed and where the evil troll MAO hid, so the troll was no longer able to gobble people up. Sara was able to travel safely to the reception. When she was there, she became so excited all of her depression left her. She was so thankful and told everyone in the reception about Lex and how he had helped her. And ever since then, throughout the lands, Lex was regarded as a true professional, and that is how he came to be known as Lex, a pro.